name is KAY Felix, and I welcome you to KAY Felix Inspire. Always remember, if you're coming here for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. Please do stay tuned for more details in this video.
And we are here to tell you that things are never the same. Our political party, the DP that we knew, is no longer the way it is. It has been sold to the Patriotic Front, who the Zambians refused. Vehemently. So we are here to tell the nation that as Democratic Party, we've refused to be soiled. So this is Mr. Evans Chilambwe. He's also one of the owners of the party. This is Madam.
Don't even listen to whatever he's saying. These are lies.
Yeah. No, it's the fragrance you want. Cause it. You don't know. Cause it. Yeah. So there is a speech.
It was resolved by us, the founding members of the Democratic Party, to sponsor Mr. Harry Kalaba as the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party in the 2021 general elections. The minutes were deposited with the Registrar of Societies, indicating that Mr. Kalaba was just invited and that he is not a registered office bearer of the Democratic Party. I think, colleagues in the media, you will remember that we did invite Mr. Kalaba to come and contest on our party for the 2021 general elections.
Yes.
We have come to note with utter dismay that Mr. Kalaba, while acting together with an unilaterally newly appointed National Secretary, have embarked on activities intended to supplant the Democratic Party with the Patriotic Front brutal regime. Our DP Constitution does not allow anybody to appoint a National Secretary or any office bearer unilaterally. But that is what Mr. Kalaba did with the intent of selling the party to the PF. Please note that on the 25th September 2021, in the DNC meeting held at Amaka Lodge, Mr. Harry Kalaba unilaterally dissolved the chairpersons of all the Democratic National Committees with the intent of replacing them with the Patriotic Front, former ministers and MPs whom the country vehemently rejected in the general elections.
Nobody knows you, gentlemen. This is a company.
So on that, we announced PF
Take your camera, stay.
Mr. Kalaba unilaterally already appointed. Don't make
Okay.
Now we are going to motor.
Alexander Semet, former PF Member of Parliament and Minister of National Planning. Gift Charlika, former PF Member of Parliament for Rufubu constituency, and Honorable Abel Chula, former MP for Nakonde constituency. Among many other PF senior members that were appointed. Please note that the above are among others that he decided to bring in open while he has clinched deals with other publicly known corrupt elements in PF regime to be operating underground and to be the funders of the Democratic Party using the money that was looted from the people of Zambia during their time of regime. And as founders of the party, we refuse to be equally yoked with criminals and believers. We did not form this party to be given to the PF, no. The people of Zambia rejected the PF less than 2 months ago. Are those the people that someone should say they are bringing them into the DP? We have said no, it will not happen. Members of the press, we also remind you that Mr. Kalaba took the unilateral decision to remove the substantive National Secretary and founder member of Democratic Party, Madam Precious Ntambu, and appointed and replaced her with one Jewis Chavi as Secretary General and co-opted the said Jewis Chavi without consulting the executive committee of the party. Take note that the said Jewis Chavi is the former independent Chipili Member of Parliament who betrayed the people of Zambia and the people of Chipili when he sided with the PF regime during the time of voting for Big 10. Every Zambian was saying, no, this is not right. We voted for it, meaning he is part of them. Is this the person we can bring as National Secretary of the DP? Far from it. All these appointments, members of the press, he did them alone without the consent of the National Executive Committee, and also contrary to Articles 10 and 21 of the Democratic Party Constitution, which provides for elections and not unilateral appointments of Executive Committee members and party organs. We have always wondered where he drew the powers to run the party like a family affair of a father and the rest of the family. It is unacceptable. Every institution has rules, regulations, and guidelines. You may also wish to note that he and his newly illegally appointed National Secretary clandestinely embarked on a conspiracy to malign and assault the integrity of the Vice President of DP by sponsoring DNC members to concoct malice against me in an effort to pave way for the preferred PF president. It is very unfortunate that somebody who calls himself a Christian, somebody who claims to be a supporter of women, would gather at some named Chinese restaurant and begin to concoct a lie against his own vice president, just in an effort to make sure that he paves way for the PF. Members of the press, I am not speaking from without. I have and we have evidence, empirical evidence of what happened on that fateful day. It is very unfortunate. It is a dark day to the Zambian women. if the Zambian women would have leaders that can gather against them and plot such evil act to assassinate the character of a poor woman like me, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, you may wish to also learn that Mr. Kalaba made decisions unilaterally when it came to expenditure and mobilization of the party, and he generally ignored the advice of the governing committee of the Democratic Party, as a result of which the party worsted and suffered shameless defeat at presidential level, as well as in constituencies it could have won at parliamentary level. I'm sure you also that we lost lamentably with only 24,000 votes. The spot ballots were more than the votes we got. And I think this is because we had a very wrong candidate as a party. We didn't judge well when we invited him. On the premises of the aforesaid constitutional breaches and his propensity and affinity for the overwhelmingly rejected PF brutal regime, we now expel Mr. Kalaba from the Democratic Party and should therefore cease to hold himself as party president of the Democratic Party, as he was merely invited and sponsored as a candidate for the purposes of the 2021 general elections. And that the current constitution, please take note of that, that the current constitution of the Democratic Party does not provide for a substantive office order of the office of president. There is no such as president in the DP constitution, which is at the Registrar of Societies. And also, and this is aware, and also that he is not a registered office bearer of the Democratic Party. I think I must say that cohabiting is not marriage, isn't it, colleagues?
In Zambian law,
In Zambian law, no matter how long you cohabit with a person, it cannot be translated into marriage. So the DP and Mr. Kalaba were simply cohabiting, and we call it quits. We further demand that Mr. Kalaba retains all party properties and documents that came in his possession by virtue of him being a 2021 presidential candidate of the Democratic Party. And lastly, we also advise that Mr. Kalaba is hereby expelled from entering the Democratic Party Secretariat henceforth. I was laughing. You saw that when our colleagues were putting up drama, I was laughing. And maybe you were wondering, where was Madam Kabemba getting the audacity to laugh when the guys were putting up drama? It is because just as we are office bearers, we are owners of DP, we are also the people that signed the lease agreement with the owner of this property. He signed, and I was a witness. Mr. Kalaba is not there, or any of these people that were making noise. So none of them have the right to ask us to leave, because we are the one. This is our secretariat. We are the ones that signed as office bearers of the party, as well as the owners of the party. We want to assure our general membership that they should remain calm. Mutapengi, do not worry. Muisakamana, because everything is under control. And that the party which we suffered for has been rescued from the hands of the brutal regime of the PF, and those who have insatiable appetite to dine with criminals. Because how on earth can a person bring criminals who the people of Zambia rejected into the party, and you appoint them against the constitution of the party to the highest body? Isn't that sabotage? If you can have a leader, begin to rape the party constitution whilst in opposition, how much more if the Zambian people made a mistake to give him the power as Republican president? Wouldn't have the constitution of the Republic of Zambia been cabbaged? It was going to be hell. We thank God that God has rescued this party from the hands of the wicked people.
Thank you.
So now that there is no longer leader, who is now getting to
Okay.
We'll speak about that.
We are very much abreast with the provisions of the Constitution, which is the document that governs and regulates the operations of the party. And as she alluded to, in our party constitution, peruse of it, you will discover that there is nowhere where it provides for the president. And therefore, beginning from now going onwards,
you are not in Chingola, you are in Lusaka, brother man. Look where you are in Lusaka.
Kabemba will act as the national chairman of the Democratic Party, and I will, as Justin Nkonge, will act as the Secretary General and the National Treasurer of the Democratic Party, and I will be deputized by Evans Chilampe, who is also one of the founders of this party. All communication and correspondence concerning the Democratic Party
you come with your own
must be channeled through the said positions. Our constitution provides to go for elections, and in due course we will be able to announce to the nation when we will be able to go and have positions elected. You might be aware she mentioned that as we speak today, all the structures of the Democratic Party were nullified by one Mr. Kalaba in order to pave way to come and change all the PF structures to be the DP structures.
Who are those who've joined from the PF? Could you give us some names?
Yes, we have. What we are talking about,
I did.
she did mention
them.
in the last meeting that was illegally called. People like Honorable Lawrence Sicharo, the former Minister of Chiefs, was in attendance. This is the immediate past minister in the PF government. Honorable Abe Ochungu, who is the Member of Parliament, the past Member of Parliament under PF, has a letter which Mr. Kalaba unilaterally signed and gave him to be part of the member of the DNC. Among a lot of others, you will see in the statement we've put their names. And now those hardcore criminals that every Zambian know, he has decided to put them behind, because according to him, those are the people that will be funding the Democratic Party, using the money that was looted from the people of Zambia. Don't mind who is crying, don't look at their mouth. That's what we say. So I am saying, he is ready to sell the party because of receiving money from the PF that was looted. We have empirical evidence on what we are saying. All we have done is to rescue the party from the jaws of the people
Nobody knows you. You only got a lifeline because of DP and Kalaba. You only got a lifeline because of DP and Kalaba. You are nobody.
You may wish to know that Mr. Kalaba has been receiving money from donors without accounting to anyone. He is the only one who has been receiving money from the party that we've suffered for. And is the one who has been deciding. We don't know where he gets the money. He knows alone. He's the one who receives. And in fact, part of the issues are that we are also disciplining for financial indiscipline.
Thank you.
Because my colleague can say something.
Ale, sendane ni nomba.